finally squares off against the axe-murderer, Wanderlei Silva. Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, 5 years. He was dominant in Pride for their entire lives. They've been as dangerous as any fighter we have ever seen. Chuck Liddell, 15 wins in the octagon. Most decorated light heavyweight champion ever, and ready to make a huge statement here tonight.
Absolutely, and Wanderlei Silva ready to make a huge statement in his octagon debut. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better stylistic matchup. Let's be honest, we've had a couple of boring fights tonight. I can imagine no scenario possible where these two men meeting each other wouldn't equal explosive action. And that's what I think is going to happen. Both these guys are very determined. Wanderlei has stated that he does not care if he wins or loses. He wants to come out guns blazing and show everyone his style, the way he fights. And if you've seen him fight in Japan, when he was fighting for Pride, his style is just attack, constant, just relentless action, relentless aggression, relentless violence. And Chuck Liddell is the perfect antidote for that kind of attack. If Chuck Liddell's game is solid, what he likes to do is move away and counterattack. And he's done that with so many guys attacking him, with Babalu, with Randy Couture, and it has resulted in awesome knockouts. The two of them together just makes for a perfect fight.
We could tell mentally at the weigh-ins yesterday, both men are determined, both men are prepared. But you can also tell physically that Wanderlei Silva has never looked better, and either has Chuck Liddell.
No, both men look in peak physical condition. They both look very clear and very focused mentally, something that I didn't see in Chuck's eyes when he went in against Keith Jardine.
For sure.
I think Chuck might have taken Keith lightly, you know, and even against Rampage, he didn't look. I think he thought that he was going to walk away with that fight based on Rampage's fight with Marvin Eastman. I don't think he was as prepped. I think for this fight, we're seeing the most focused Chuck Liddell possible. He's not used to losing 2 fights in a row. He's not used to that feeling. He doesn't like it. He wants to be back on top, and this is his chance to show the world what he's capable of.
And as Wanderlei Silva has said before, I promise violence. I promise you a great fight. You, the fans, have texted us tonight, all night, and you can continue to text on the main event of the evening. But here's your final thoughts. 61% for Liddell, 39% for Silva. Our texting brought to you by Premier Fighter. Premier Fighter, your premier choice for MMA attire. Need we say more? We are finally set for the collision between Chuck Liddell and Wanderlei Silva inside the octagon. The fight, 6 years in the making.
You ready? Let's get it on!
Martial arts. Have you never seen this guy fight before? When he fought in Pride. He's a relentless attacking striker who has excellent submission skills as well. He's dangerous off his back. He's got a great guard, and his punches, kicks, and knees are ferocious. His style is the most aggressive style I think I've ever seen in all of mixed martial arts, and that's why he's got such a huge fan following. Yesterday at the weigh-ins, he by far got the biggest round of applause next to Chuck Liddell.
Wanderlei Silva, the Axe Murderer, returns to the octagon for the first time since 2000. This man has been in the fight game for 12 years. He dominated the Pride middleweight division, which is 205. He dominated that for 5 years. For his 8 years overseas, he won 22 times. He has beaten a who's who in this game today. Rampage twice, Henderson, Sakuraba 3 times, Arona, Yoshida, Fujita, and tonight he wants to enjoy the biggest win of his career by finishing Chuck the Iceman Liddell.
And for this fight, Mike, he has completely changed his entire training schedule, his entire life, where he trains. He's moved to Las Vegas. He's picked up a whole new training partner, a whole new series of coaches. He's brought them all over from Brazil. He moved out of the shootbox camp, and he believes it's all for the better. He's working with American wrestlers now, working with different Muay Thai strikers, working with different jiu-jitsu coaches, and I'm beyond words here. I'm so pumped for this fight.
He defines cage fighter. Wanderlei Silva for Team of Brazil. Now living and training, as Joe said, here in Las Vegas. And ready to re-enter the octagon with a vicious knockout. The look is back in the eyes of the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
He looks very focused, and the word from the training camp is that Chuck has been dialed in for months. He knows that it's a huge fight for him. He knows he's coming off 2 losses, and, you know, this is do or die for a man that was once thought to be the greatest light heavyweight in the game. He's got to win this fight, and he's got to win this fight big. Stylistically, this is the perfect matchup for the fans. You couldn't ask for a better exchange.
Joe, it's interesting. Many have talked about when these men were both on top of the mountain, the fight should have happened then. But as Dana White pointed out on more than one occasion, this might be the best time for these men to go into battle because both have their backs against the wall.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There he is, the most recognizable face in the history of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Chuck the Iceman Liddell, set to face Wanderlei Silva here tonight.
As we said, Wanderlei has changed up his training camp completely. Moved to Las Vegas. Chuck Liddell is still in the same exact place with John Hackleman, where he's always been comfortable, where he's had all of his success.
Wanderlei has fought 3 times in the UFC, but not since 2000 when he fought Tito Ortiz. We have waited a long time for him to return, and what a welcome Chuck Liddell wants to give him. Our tale of the tape for this historic light heavyweight matchup is brought to you by Harley-Davidson, the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon. Liddell 38, Silva 31, Liddell 6'2", Silva 5'11", 204, 205, the official weigh-in weights, and a 76-inch reach to a 74-inch reach for the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. Wow, I'm ready to get this big one underway, and to do so, the official introductions come once again from Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this UFC bout is sponsored by Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor, the official beer of the UFC. Mickey's Get Stung, and High Mob Watches, watch provider exclusively for the UFC. Please visit www.highmobwatches.com. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for has now become a reality. Two legendary mixed martial arts warriors will finally face each other down in the world's ultimate proving ground, the Octagon. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this man is a Muay Thai kickboxer who holds a professional record of 31 wins with 7 losses and 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Curitiba, Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former Pride middleweight champion, the Axe Murderer, Wanderlei Silva! And now, fighting out of the red corner, this man is a kickboxer, holding a professional record of 20 wins with 5 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of San Luis Obispo, California, ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, Chuck the Iceman Liddell! When the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Herb Dean.
Okay, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions at all times. We're gonna have a nice, clean fight. Touch gloves, come out ready to do this.
Whoa, here we go, baby.
The wait is finally over. Wanderlei Silva, Chuck Liddell, inside the octagon. Herb Dean, our referee.
You ready to fight? You ready? Let's do it.
Get ready, world! First round of this fight brought to you by High Mob Watches, the exclusive watch provider of the UFC. Please visit highmobwatches.com.
Both these men are starting out cautious. A lot of respect for each other.
Chuck loves to explode with that big right hand. Wanderlei likes to get inside and utilize those vicious knees in the Muay Thai clinch.
Chuck has a significant reach advantage in this fight. And you see, Chuck loves to counter. He likes the aggressive style of a guy like Wanderlei who wades in like that.
Chuck's ability to be in retreat mode and deliver a knockout blow is better than anybody's in the world. If you don't believe me, ask Babalu.
Yeah, he can deliver knockout power from very odd angles.
This right here is respect.
Yeah, this is certainly a feeling out process.
Both have always been quick to recognize the other's talents and stardom, but both have always said, I want to fight.
Well, you know what, Mike? These are 2 dogs that have been staring through the cage at each other for a long time.
Great way to put it. Chuck trying to lead with that jab, Joe.
Oh, good leg kick by Wanderlei.
Wanderlei backing up. Oh! Wanderlei playing a little possum. Wanderlei trying to counter.
His leg,
Chuck
some
looking
shots.
early for a finish.
Chuck going for the head kick.
Wanderlei laid back and then exploded. Chuck trying to set up that big right hand again.
Chuck is stalking Wanderlei here.
Chuck
Big
pushing
right hand by
forward.
Chuck.
Coming over the top.
Man, did he throw it into that one.
Chuck's really using the jab right now. And the one thing that was talked about in breaking down this fight by the many who have done it is that Chuck wanted to maintain a distance, create angles, and not let Wanderlei get inside. And he's keeping Wanderlei away with the jab, Joe.
Well, his advantage surely is the reach and his counterpunching ability. Wanderlei's advantage is his versatility, his leg kicks, and if it goes to the ground, Wanderlei has an advantage in submissions. I believe that Chuck has the advantage in knockout power with one punch as well.
Wanderlei tries to answer. Attack with the teep, Chuck Liddell. We've seen some kicks from Chuck, something that you and I have talked about we haven't seen in a long time, Joe.
Well, he's very versatile. I mean, Chuck can attack with more, but he's got so much success knocking guys out with punches that that's primarily what he focuses on in his fights.
Caught him, 1-2, boom, boom. Both of them, you saw the head snap back on 2 occasions. Liddell with the right.
He really charged in with that one.
Oh, Silva with the counter.
And smiled.
Well, we said they'd go toe-to-toe and swing, and here we go. Now it's starting to pick up.
If I was in Wanderlei's corner, I would be telling him to concentrate on leg kicks. That's what we saw in the Keith Jardine fight. The Keith was very effective after landing a lot of kicks.
Absolutely.
But Wanderlei is being drawn into a punching exchange with Chuck, where I think he has a disadvantage.
Remember, this is a non-title fight, so it is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. 40 seconds remains in round 1. Wanderlei has not gotten inside at all yet, Joe. And he's eaten some punches again.
Keith Jardine was very successful in the bout with Chuck Liddell by taking Chuck out of his game by landing a lot of leg kicks and body kicks.
Such a huge fight for Chuck Liddell tonight.
Wanderlei landed a left, Chuck counter with a right.
Trying to reestablish his superstardom, if you will.
Inside leg kick by Chuck.
Round 1 complete.
Here's a 1-2 by Chuck. Neither one of these punches that we've seen, none of them are landing full force and flush. But that's the first round. These guys got to settle in.
O tempo inteiro não anda pra tua esquerda, sacou? Vai pra tua direita, foge da mão direita dele. Isso. Foge da mão direita dele.
I would love to hear what John Hackleman is telling Chuck Liddell here.
Hold your point there. You got to put your punches together. Okay, circle, put them together. You're pulling your right hand back. You're telegraphing your right hand. Okay, but it's landing. So this time, put your punches together, and when you land the combination, let them go. But you got to keep your chin down. Okay. Chin down, circle, chin up.
It's got to be an advantage for Chuck to have a guy like Hackleman in his corner that he's been, with since he was a kid.
David Spade amongst the mega celebrities in attendance here tonight, the sold-out Mandalay Bay Event Center. Talk about a huge celebrity. These two both enjoying superstardom as two of the kings of the MMA world. Second round.
All right, the first round feeling out process is over.
Now here's Silva. He comes back with that vicious assault. You can't think that Wanderlei was happy with round 1, Joe. And he's going to look to turn up the tempo here in round 2.
Well, it was always thought that these exchanges, I mean, Wanderlei is such a wild puncher, and he throws looping wide punches, but it was always thought that a straight counter puncher who throws straight punches from a good distance like Chuck would have a good advantage against that. Wanderlei bleeding out of his left ear now.
You almost just sit back and go, this is an unbelievable moment because they're finally going toe-to-toe. Wanderlei Silva, Chuck Liddell. Kicks again. You heard John Hackleman say to start to put some combinations together. Chuck trying to do that.
Wanderlei counter with some nice punches there.
I talked to John Hackleman last night, Joe, and he just said, Chuck is ready.
I'm kind of surprised that Wanderlei's not throwing more kicks.
Wanderlei's starting to score here a little bit.
This is basically like a wild boxing match.
Knockout or be knockout.
There you go. There's inside kick by Chuck.
And Wanderlei has not gotten into a clinch situation that we saw so effective against Rampage. There's a kick.
Body kick by Wanderlei.
And again, you know, it's funny, Eddie Bravo shared with me a conversation he had with Liddell way back in 2001. He said, there was one fighter that you would utilize your wrestling skills against. Who would it be? And Chuck said Wanderlei Silva. But that doesn't seem to be the game plan here tonight for Chuck.
Well, you know what? Chuck has become much more confident in his knockout ability. And
oh, Chuck is down, but just for a moment. That's a slip. The crowd reacted, though. Nearing the midway point of this colossal confrontation.
Good
and
body
again
kick
with the
by
body
Wanderlei.
kick, Wanderlei.
Wanderlei constantly pressing Chuck. Nice left hook by Wanderlei.
Wanderlei starting to score, as I mentioned earlier here. Chuck trying to come over the top again, left and right. Chuck's got a little cut.
Oh, good right hand by
Chuck goes down again.
Good right hand before he went down, though.
Wow, the expression in the eyes has just changed on Chuck Liddell, too. He's even gotten more intense, it would appear. Look at the look in the eyes of Chuck Liddell.
Good jab by Chuck.
Good left by Wanderlei.
There's a leg kick.
Chuck still, though, is the one doing the stalking, Joe. Here might be the first time for Wanderlei to utilize the clinch in the knees.
Good left by Chuck.
Chuck pushing forward.
Wild punches. Wanderlei's bleeding.
Chuck is opened up. Wanderlei Silva.
Wow, that is a lot of blood.
And an elbow by Liddell.
Whoa!
No single person is sitting here inside the Mandalay Bay.
Wanderlei is bloody. Good right hand by Wanderlei. Now Chuck's bleeding.
Wanderlei again, combination.
Wanderlei.
Under 30 seconds remaining in the round.
Oh, big right hand
that
by
one
Chuck.
buckled him. Chuck again, looking to finish. Swinging an uppercut. Liddell's got a leg.
Chuck
and a takedown. Final seconds of the second round.
Don't kick the face. Don't kick the face.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. What a round. The second half of that round was crazy.
Ó, full confia na entrada.
You see Wanderlei Silva's cut. He has a tremendous amount of scar tissue all around his eyes. A lot of that from the old Vale Tudo days. Wanderlei fought a lot of bare-knuckle fights in Brazil.
All right, Chuck, put your combinations together. Let's get an ice blitz this round, okay? Ice blitz. He's 10 times more tired there. Suck it up and breathe.
Here's a look at some of the exchanges. I mean, tremendous amount of exchanges in that round. There's a left-right. That was the right hand that Chuck landed very well, but then he slipped trying to move away. Chuck attacking here. I mean, great round. Phenomenal round.
Third and final round. Takedown, Chuck Liddell!
Right away. That was a surprise. Wanderlei back to his feet.
Chuck tried to clip him on the way up.
That was a shock right there.
Just something else for Wanderlei to think about.
Exactly. Just Chuck showing people he's capable of a lot more than you're used to.
For sure. Now all of a sudden he's got to think about the takedown. Inside leg kick Silva. Head kick. Blocked by Chuck. Wanderlei still putting combinations together. Both men are in excellent condition coming into this fight, as we mentioned earlier. If you saw All Access, you saw the crazy workout routine of Wanderlei Silva. Chuck just poking with that right. Oh, over the top again. 3 minutes, 48 seconds. Silva coming in. Liddell, good footwork. Joe, it's like Chuck Liddell has his swagger back.
Yeah, he looks very confident coming into this third round. Good left hand by Wanderlei. That's when Wanderlei's the most dangerous, when he's windmilling those punches in the exchanges.
Lots of time remains.
Chuck throwing that 1-2. Not much behind it, but it finds a home.
Joe, are you surprised Silva hasn't been able to get inside?
Well, you know, Chuck's an elusive guy. I mean, the way his style is, I mean, even though he's such a
spinning back fist!
Silva was hurt! Oh, he's hurt!
Silva rocked again! Liddell right to finish! Chuck Liddell all over Wanderlei Silva! Silva's in trouble!
Chuck Liddell looked up at the time, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Wanderlei is badly hurt.
Spinning back fist, Chuck Liddell.
That started it out. That was the most significant exchange of the fight. Chuck, he blew a lot of energy doing that.
2 minutes remain. Wanderlei pushes forward. He knows he must explode here. Chuck Liddell is winning this fight.
Chuck would love nothing better to be able to put him away here.
Wanderlei swings and misses. Chuck teeing off again. Silva's in trouble. Silva's wobbly.
Right
But
hand
he
by
returns.
Wanderlei.
Regains his composure.
Chuck again looked up at that time. He blew out a lot of energy trying to put Silva away there.
That exchange was right in front of us, Joe, and you could see the arms just slow down as Liddell tried to finish the fight.
Well, he's pacing himself because he doesn't want to get to a position where he becomes defenseless, where he blows out so much energy that he can't defend himself.
And at this point, while he wants nothing more than to knock out Wanderlei Silva, he also knows that he's 1 minute away from one of the biggest, if not the biggest wins of his professional career.
Wanderlei still pressing. You got to admire the guy's heart.
45 seconds. We never doubted the heart of either of these warriors. And it's just a treat to be here in person to watch this fight. 30 seconds.
Chuck's got another round. Is almost over. If he's going to put it up, try to put him away. This is it.
Takedown number 2. 15 seconds.
Hammer fist.
The Iceman Liddell is back.
Wow. Huge victory for Chuck Liddell. Huge victory for Chuck Liddell.
The Iceman returns.
There was a lot of pressure on Chuck coming into this fight. And he came through in flying colors.
To his championship form.
He wasn't able to put Wanderlei away, but boy, did he blast him in that last round.
Credit Wanderlei Silva for that.
Here's a spinning back fist that started it off. That had Wanderlei wobbled, and Chuck just really turned it on here. That right hand, another right hand.
The arms will be raised again for the long-time UFC light heavyweight champion. And what heart, spirit, and courage shown tonight by Wanderlei Silva. We have been treated to the two most dominant 205-pound fighters in mixed martial arts history, finally meeting here tonight. Dana White has wanted this one for a long time, and it lived up to its billing. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Tony Weeks scores the contest 29-28. Adelaide Bird has it 30-27. And Dave Hagen scores the contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Chuck the Iceman Liddell.
Welcome back, Iceman. Although you never did leave. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with the Iceman. First of all, congratulations and welcome back.
Thank you. It was great to be back at home here in Vegas.
That was one of the most exciting fights of your career. You had him badly hurt in that final round. Did you think you were going to be able to put him away?
You know, he had a lot better chin than I thought he did. I hit him with a lot of shots real hard, and he still kept coming. I hurt him a few times during the fight, but he just covered up and kept coming.
Most people thought throughout your entire career that you guys were perfectly suited to each other. His attacking style, your vicious counterpunching style, it really came to focus tonight.
I think exactly what I said. It would have been a travesty if both of us didn't fight, because it's a great fight for the fans. By the way, guys, after party's at Studio 54 if you want to come hang out.
Chuck, always with the after fight party. All right, take a look at the Mickey's replay and talk us through some of the action here, Chuck.
We backed it up and had him hurt a little bit, but you know, he recovers quick. Hit that flash in that gets hurt, but he was there and this was swinging. You know, that's just good old fashioned stand there and bang each other.
Now, this was a fight, like you said, that would be a travesty if it didn't happen. This really, truly tonight was mixed martial arts history. Did you feel the significance of that coming in this fight tonight?
Yeah, I knew this was a big fight for everybody, especially for me to get back on track to winning my title back.
Well, back on track you did. A phenomenal performance. We look forward to seeing you again.
Hey, guys, I want to thank Cal Pod's wrestling team. Sammy Hansen for helping me out for this one, too. Thanks.
Chuck Liddell, ladies and gentlemen.
Chuck the Iceman Liddell, and now the always classy Wanderlei Silva.
All right, I'm here with Wanderlei. Wanderlei, this fight was a long time coming, 6 years in the making. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
Yeah, he's a very tough guy. He win, he's a real, and I give my best. Win or lose for me, I like to give the emotion for my fans here and everywhere. Thanks, my guys. Thanks for coming. My pleasure. I give my best. Next time I will to win. And possible talking for my friends in Brazil. Aí, galera, dei o meu melhor, valeu. Próxima vez eu vou ganhar, honrar nossa bandeira. E um abraço para toda a galera que está acompanhando aí no Brasil, em todo o Brasil. Próxima vez, se Deus quiser, o Silva ganha. Dei o meu melhor, espero que vocês tenham gostado do show. Um abraço para todo mundo aí e fique com Deus. Thanks, guys.
Well, Wanderlei, like this fight, like all of your fights, you have one of the most exciting styles in all mixed martial arts. You always make exciting fights, and we look forward to seeing you again. Wanderlei Silva, ladies and gentlemen.
That man is pure class. Mandy Moore here tonight. She likes Chuck Liddell. And so does that guy, Quentin Rampage Jackson, the light heavyweight champion. Perhaps he and Chuck are set to collide again. What a great fight. Take a look inside the locker room of the former welterweight champion, George Rush St. Pierre, as he continues to